Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Hold on to your helmets because this piece of news could be a game changer for the Steelers and the entire AFC North. Rumors are swirling around a Blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the league. According to reports, the New York Giants are considering trading Dexter Lawrence, their star interior defensive lineman, to the Pittsburgh Steelers in exchange for a couple of draft picks. Specifically, a second-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-round pick in 2027. That's right, folks, this isn't just some small deal. It's a move that could reshape the Steelers' defensive front and give them a real boost heading into what promises to be a crucial stretch of the season. Now, why would the Giants part ways with Lawrence? Well, reports from Diana Rossini suggest that the Giants are currently 0-2 and seem to be tanking, focusing on rebuilding for the future. They're in a tough spot, sitting at the bottom of the NFC East, and it looks like they're eyeing the upcoming draft, especially looking for a quarterback to energize their offense. Trading Lawrence makes sense for the Giants because they're facing significant salary cap issues, with around $40 million in cap space, and they're trying to clear room for young players and draft assets. Lawrence, on the other hand, is a disruptive force in the middle of the line, and moving him could free up about $20 million in cap space, which they plan to reinvest in their rebuild, especially since their defense has been giving up an alarming 30 points per game. They're clearly in full rebuild mode, and parting with a player like Lawrence is a calculated move to gather more draft capital and reset the roster for the future. For the Steelers, though, this potential trade could be a massive upgrade on the defensive line. Lawrence is a beast, a true difference maker who can control the interior, collapse the pocket, and disrupt opposing offenses. His profile is impressive. Through the first part of 2025, he's recorded 8 tackles and won 5 sacks, with a PFF grade of 75 overall. His pass rush grade alone is an eye-popper at 85-1, and he's a player who consistently demands double teams and creates chaos in the backfield. In his career, Lawrence has accumulated over 250 tackles and 30 sacks, with a PFF grade close to 88.5, and he's been a pressure machine with over 120 pressures. What's more, he's been remarkably durable, avoiding injuries this season, which is a huge plus considering the injury history of some linemen. Think about what this means for the Steelers' defense. We already have a solid unit, but adding a player like Lawrence would elevate us to a new level, especially after losing Cam Hayward, who's aging but still valuable. Lawrence's presence would help reduce the yards per rush and open up opportunities for our linebackers and secondary. Experts are projecting that he could rack up around 10 sacks and increase pressure by over 15%, similar to how Aaron Donald transformed the Rams' defense. Pittsburgh's defensive scheme is built around creating chaos and forcing turnovers, and Lawrence fits right into that mold. His disruption ability would allow our secondary to take more risks and create more turnovers, which could be the difference maker in tight games. Moreover, this move would have a direct impact on our chances to compete for a Super Bowl. The odds for Pittsburgh to win it all would likely improve, moving from +8-0 to around +3-0, making us more of a serious contender. Lawrence's ability to disrupt playoff offenses could be the catalyst that puts the Steelers over the top. We've seen how dominant interior defenders can change the complexion of a defense. Think about Donald with the Rams or Buckner with the Colts. Their presence has elevated their entire team and swung games in crucial moments. That's the kind of impact Lawrence could have on our Steelers, and it's not just about the immediate boost. This trade signals a shift in the league. The Steelers are positioning themselves for another deep playoff run. With a stronger interior defensive line, we can stifle the running game of opponents and get after the quarterback more consistently. This makes life miserable for offenses and creates more turnovers, giving our offense a shorter field and more scoring opportunities. It's this kind of strategic move that can transform a good team into a championship contender. Our defense has been solid, but adding a player like Lawrence could make us elite. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The AFC North is fierce, with teams like the Ravens and Bengals always pushing for dominance. The Ravens have a strong defense and a dynamic offense led by Lamar Jackson, while the Bengals are still trying to find consistency but have Joe Burrow at the helm. The addition of Lawrence could give the Steelers a serious advantage in the trenches, a crucial battleground in any NFL game. It's all about winning the battles up front, and Pittsburgh needs to reinforce that edge if they want to be serious contenders come playoff time. This move also signals that the Steelers are not just sitting back and waiting. They're actively looking to improve their roster with impactful players. While the trade isn't confirmed yet, the potential acquisition of Lawrence is a clear statement. The Steelers are in win-now mode. They're aware that to compete with the best, they need to be aggressive in bolstering their defense, and this could be the start of a new chapter that sees us back in the Super Bowl conversation. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. How will Lawrence fit into our scheme? Will he adapt quickly to our defensive system? But if history has taught us anything, it's that Steelers' defenses thrive on disruptive, high-motor players who can change the game with a single play. Lawrence's profile suggests he's exactly that kind of player. Plus, with the coaching staff's knack for developing talent and maximizing players' potential, there's every reason to believe he'll be a perfect fit. In the end, this potential trade isn't just about one player. It's about the message it sends to the rest of the league that Pittsburgh means business. We're building a roster that can compete with the best, and adding a disruptive force like Dexter Lawrence would be a major step toward reclaiming our dominance in the AFC North and beyond. The Steelers have a rich history of winning championships, and moves like this could be the catalyst that propels us back to the top once again. So, Steelers fans, get ready. This story is still developing, but if the rumors turn into reality, we'll be watching a game-changing move that could define our season. The AFC North just got a whole lot more interesting, and our Steelers are poised to make a statement. We've got a talented roster, a passionate fan base, and now perhaps a new defensive superstar on the horizon. The road to another Super Bowl is never easy, but with moves like this, we're certainly putting ourselves in the best position to make a deep playoff run and bring that coveted Lombardi trophy back home to Pittsburgh. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential deal? Do you think adding Dexter Lawrence would make us an unstoppable force? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in black and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers, and we love reading what you have to say. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. The season is heating up, and we're just getting started on this journey toward another Super Bowl. Let's go, Steelers!